for tuning in to another great episode of Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and of course we want to thank Prosser Career and Education Center for being a sponsor of the show, and that's a great place to go if you're going to level up your skill set, looking for a new career path, or you're a student and just wanting to go down an alternate direction and making sure that you have financial security and being well trained for your next career. And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. We're in gorgeous Corydon, Indiana. We are downtown at one of the staples. You won't see this in every town, and this is why we love to explore Southern Indiana. We're at Zimmerman Art Glass. This is about a century-old tradition here in Corydon. You're about to see definitely some beautiful techniques and all the work that goes into making a vase today. And also they make ornaments, they make any kind of lamps, glass, blown glass, and it's done with air. It's also done just different techniques, so you'll get to see that as we go throughout the show today. So stay tuned right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
So let me get a little bit of glass on here. So everything we make in here, made on these iron rods, you gotta heat that rod up a little bit first to get it hot, so that's so the hot clear glass will stick to it. The hot molten glass is in the back. It's like putting spaghetti on a fork. So let me go back and get some.
It's already pretty.
That's the hot clear glass, has no color. It has no color at all in it. You just see in the heat because it comes out of there at 2100 degrees. And that's why you're seeing the orange, but we're gonna dip it down into the white first. And those little pieces just stick right to it.
Yeah.
I'll melt that color in with the clear glass in this little furnace in front of me, which is about 2300, closer to 2300 in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna add that little circle of purple. Then we'll melt that in. Then I'm gonna build a little flower design, a little 5-petal flower out of that color. Started here working in the summers in 1979. And then I've been here ever since. And then when I got back from college in '83, then I started full time. Mm-hmm. My grandson, who goes to grade school up in New Albany at Holy Family School, he's coming down on Thursdays, and then he's working. He works for a couple hours, and he's a 6th grader.
Wow.
So he's still learning certain things a little bit at a time. You know, we just take our time, but same way that I learned, or my brother did, or my dad, or anybody else. You know, my dad taught my grandfather taught my dad, and his dad, you know, he taught me. And
do you use a lot of the same techniques that you did 100
Oh, absolutely.
50 years ago?
It's all the same tools.
Yeah.
You know, these tools here, the guy that made those tools has his name stamped in them. You know, he was a blacksmith up in one of those big glass factories or big glass houses up in northern Indiana during the day. And he, like I said, he repaired and made new tools, and his name stamped in them. He died in 1932. I've seen his headstone.
Wow.
And we use this stuff every day. But, you know, I'm a guy that has also been known to use whatever tool gets the job done. So when I'm making a pumpkin and I put ribs in a pumpkin, I use that tool. Now I know it looks like a screwdriver.
It's not though. It's not.
You would like to think it, but it is a screwdriver.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I love it. These days, doesn't matter. You can.
Yeah, whatever I use.
Yeah,
so we have things like that. I have putty knives, and there's another screwdriver that we'd use to poke. I'm going to use that.
You're the guy that takes
piece.
your wife's baking things out of the kitchen and repurposes them for glassware. She can't find her funnel. She knows where to look.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go back. I got there. You can see that purple. I got the purple and the white.
Wow.
I'm going to go back, put another layer of clear glass on it, submerge that down into that hot glass, roll it, put that layer over top of it. That'll trap that flour on the inside. Now you can kind of see there how we've got the flour on the inside now, and we're constantly balancing that glass because it's moving all the time. You know, it'll eventually lose its heat out here in the open air, but that's what the reheating furnace behind me is for. So we're going to roll it in this cup, and then pretty obvious that's going to round it up. But it's also going to cool down the very outer surface of it, and that's going to help to kind of get it under control so I can work with it. We're going to cut a little groove here just above the head of the iron rod. And what that's going to do is that's going to leave a little weak spot, or I'll refer to it as a stress point in the glass. And what that's for is that whenever we're finished with this piece, that's where it's going to break away from the rod. And I'll get this how I want it. Then I'm going to use a very unique method to blow a bubble in it. All right, and it's one of those things that my grandfather learned how to do a long time ago. Like I said, he taught my dad, and my father taught me, and I've taught my kids, and just now started teaching grandkids. By the way, I got 8 of them, so we're 7 and 1 on the way.
I see why you put in bleachers then.
That
was for your grandkids.
I'll get a little heat on it, then I'll bring it out and I'll blow this bubble in it for you.
Wow. So what is, you know, a lot of things in life you get tried by fire first, right?
Yep.
What are some of the crucial steps of glass blowing?
So 3 things I always said you need to know. And 1, you have to be able to judge the heat. You got to know where the heat's at. So for example, on this one, I'm just heating up on the end of it because I just need the end of it hot. I don't want where it's connected to the rod back there in the back of it, I don't want it to get too loose and too wobbly. The other thing is balance, and we just kind of showed on that where you got to keep the glass moving and balance it. 3rd thing is procedure. You can't be like on step 8 and didn't do step 4. You know, you can't do it and get a good piece of glass, we'll put it that way.
Yeah.
So that those 3 things that I think are really important to do. Now I'm going to take this pick, and I'm going to put a small hole right down the center of it, then I'm going to round it back up so we don't lose the shape that we just had. Now I've also got this little wooden stick here that has been soaking in water. You can see the water dripping off it. I'm going to take the stick, I'm going to touch it to the hot glass. When the moisture on the stick hits the heat, that'll create steam. I'm going to trap the steam inside the small hole, and that's going to give us the pressure we want to blow that bubble. So keep your eye on that small hole that I just put in there.
Wow.
Now that's
amazing.
That would be, I would consider that a true piece of hand-blown glass, because that literally was blown by hand and not by mouth. But blowing glass is really all just about creating pressure, and whether that pressure is coming from air out of my lungs or steam off that stick, it's still about blowing that, getting that glass to move and creating that pressure.
That's gorgeous.
All right, so we're gonna, all the prep work's done. I'll make a little vase out of this and I'll heat it up, we'll bring it out and start shaping it like the vase. I'll swing that and lengthen it out a little bit. But we have, now we're gonna open the top up, but I'm gonna come right back and I'm gonna cut this little circle out here on the end. We're gonna call that a collar, that little circle. And what that circle's gonna do, that's gonna give me something to pull against, because I'm gonna start pulling a neck out on this vase. So, but we got that neck as far out there as we want. You know, that'll hold a nice long stem flower. Now I'm going to, this collar out here on the end, out here it's done its job. Let me pull against it so I can pull the neck out. So now I'm going to take, we're going to break that off. So I cut just a little weak spot or stress point right there, so I can take this putty knife and I can just strike that little piece, and it should break pretty cleanly. That is a clear piece, so we'll
remelt that.
Remelt that right down. Now it does leave a little rough area up there, but we're going to smooth that off real quick. Just a few seconds in there, and I'll smooth that off, and I'll open it up just a little bit so we can get 2 or 3 long stems down it, and then it's finished. One thing I like a lot is I like being a part of the history. I just love being a part of the history of it and the business and everything. And
well, let me ask you this. You're probably, it's not like every town has the town glass blower.
No.
So let me hear about what are your thoughts for the future of what you do? Do you feel like it will be an art that will carry on for generations, or it will become fewer
I will
and far
say,
between?
you know, it's hard to say because people are just finicky on what products they like. We do retail stuff. It's not something they need. It's something that they have, you know, disposable income or whatever it is, how you want to do it, gifts. That's what we're here for. And that's a lot of what our business is.
I mean, the AI is not going to be making these types of
But I can't judge that. But the further technology moves from our business, the more popular it gets.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the experience of doing it or being a part of it to check off, you know, that one thing that you've always been interested about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take and strike this metal rod. That's going to create a vibration. That vibration travels up the rod. When it hits that little weak area that we cut in there, it'll hit with enough force. Should just pop it right off there.
You've done that before.
I have done that before.
Yeah.
So it does have a little rough spot on the bottom, and we're going to take and light this torch, and we're going to use it to smooth off that rough area. Once I get that glass nice and soft, that's when I'm going to push in this. It's got the letter Z on the bottom of this stamp, and that of course stands for Zimmerman.
Yeah.
But we're going to put that in there just so you'll know this was made at Zimmerman Art Glass. Later on, when it comes out, it has to go in an oven after this, where we're going to cool it down slowly so it won't crack or break. And so we're going to put it in that oven, and it'll be in there until tomorrow. But when it comes out of that oven, then we'll sign and date it so that you'll know who made it, where it was made, and when it was made.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. So you can see your purple in there along with your white.
Yes, yes, it's gorgeous.
So I'll put that in the oven. The oven I'm going to put it in is at 900 degrees because we're going to stabilize the temperature because we got thin parts and thick parts to it. So we got to get it all whole thing one temperature, 900.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Hey, you too.
This was a lot of fun.
That was great.
Yeah,
I
it
enjoyed
was good.
that.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you so much.
Well, you have a great day.
It's going to be fun. We'll have to come back and see what it looks like when it's all done.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well,
yeah.
tell Mel in there, and she'll maybe she can send you a photograph or something.
That'd
of
be
it.
great.
That way you
That
can
would
put
be
it on
great.
there.
I'd love that. All right. And we'll be back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany. Are you ready to build your future? At Prosser, you'll explore 29 hands-on, high-wage programs, from aviation to culinary, welding to cybersecurity, all designed to launch real careers or college success. Prosser is located at 4202 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana. Need help? Call our main office at 812-542-8508 or visit your school counselor today to learn more. Prosser, where your future begins.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and we're hanging out with one of our favorites today. We have Joe with us from Bud's Pfeiffer's Jewelers, located on the Diamond Corner here on Chestnut Street. So we're actually located in Corydon, probably need to say that, but you are known for being the stop for any kind of jewelry, watches, repair, buying gold, silver, all the things.
Yeah, we do about all of it. We really try to specialize in personal attention. We want to make sure that what you're buying is what you want. We want to explain to you so that you do know what you're getting.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
really
So
works
when
out.
people come in, how have you been able to maintain such low prices for jewelry? You are the most competitive place I've ever seen.
Partially in where we're located. We're not paying $10,000 a month in rent. The other thing is when I buy, I will try to buy in volume. And of course, now with the price of gold and silver so high, we have purchased a lot of things, so it does keep our prices down.
Yeah, speaking of gold and silver, this is the place to bring your unwanted. For you
Yes,
pay top dollar, right?
Yes, we do. We pay higher than anybody around, and the reason we do that is because we want it to be a one-stop shop for you. You don't have to go around and check prices. You'll know that you're going to get about the best price anywhere you can from us.
I love that. And broken is even better, right? You
Yeah,
bring it
doesn't
in.
matter. It doesn't matter what it looks like.
It's cash on the spot too.
Yes, cash on the spot. And if you don't know whether it's gold or silver or platinum, bring it in. We'll tell you what we can about it and tell you if it has value. We also do coins, and that's been a pretty popular thing too, with silver coins and gold coins.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk about repair. That's a big deal. And a lot of people just have something in their drawer that's not been working. And you can usually bring life into that.
We, with 3 jewelers on staff, we will put our heads together about how to repair something, especially if it is an older item. Because we do some restoration on, 1800, 1900, and even 20th century jewelry.
Well, on the heels of that, tell me about. I know you've done this work for myself personally, but I know you do a lot of custom work. So tell me about some of the pieces that have brought you the most joy. People bring in something that was someone of a loved one's, and you're able to turn it into something else.
Absolutely, we get a lot of things where somebody will say, look, I've got 3 daughters, and this belonged to my grandmother, so I want to come up with 3 different. So we work with them to try to get them an idea of what they would like, each individual, and it just is really great. The other day I had a guy in just a plain wedding band, but the wedding band was from his great grandfather from I think it was 1799, something like that. And just to me that was just amazing.
Yeah.
And we polished it up, cleaned it up, repaired it for him. And that's just a highlight of my life right there, because it was, the nice thing about jewelry is every piece tells a story. And it doesn't matter to us whether it's a $5 item or a $50,000 item.
Yeah, I love that. You give love to all the pieces.
Yeah.
And of course, bridal sets, you guys have an amazing deal going on right now, right?
We do. We have been able to work with a lab diamond company where we can offer a 1-carat round, genuine lab diamond. This is a genuine diamond. For $299.
Wow.
Now, a lot of places you can get them for $299, but you got to buy a $5,000 designer mounting. Not with us. If you just come in and want to buy a $299 diamond lab, we'll sell to you.
Wow.
We do offer mountings and
what I'm going to be trying to save up for.
That's right.
Yeah, I love it. All right, this is the place to go. I'm sharing with you now one of my Buzz secrets in Southern Indiana. He's not a secret though, everybody knows about him, but now I want you to. If you haven't been to Corydon yet, this is your chance to visit Bud's Pfeiffer's Jewelers on the Diamond Corner of Chestnut and
Elm
in beautiful Corydon, Indiana. Come on by and see Joe. He'll get you taken care of. I'm Kelly Trask.
Wherever you go, our stations have your music, local news, local sports, and local weather covered. 95.3 WUME brings you today's best hits, along with Paoli sports, local news, and weather. 98.7 WSCZ plays the timeless favorites from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, as well as local weather and Orleans high school sports. And 96.9 WKLO keeps it country with all your favorite classic country hits, plus Corridon and North Harrison high school sports, as well as local news and weather. Your soundtrack for Southern Indiana is found on 95.3 WUME, 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask. We're hanging out at Gun World Archery and Pro Shop here talking to all the pros because they literally have everything here at Gun World Archery and Pro Shop located in Corydon, Indiana. We're talking with Joe today about personal protection, making sure that you have the right protection that's right for you and right for your family, whatever that looks like. And Joe, I'm sure you get a lot of people in that are kind of first timers, like they want to just have something at their house just to make sure that they're protected. You guys literally have everything here. Maybe someone new to guns themselves wouldn't know even where to start. How do you help people figure that out?
Well, first off, if they have never shot a gun, we encourage people to go to a range, rent a gun, fire a couple calibers, see if they're comfortable with any of them. Mm-hmm. And then they usually come back in here and we start handing them guns, seeing which ones fit in their hands right.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't feel good in your hands, you're not going to like it.
Yeah. So let's talk about, do a lot of homeowners or a lot of people just maybe like have a rifle or a shotgun and that's kind of a good first step into something like personal home protection?
Yeah, usually a shotgun. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
A lot of older people get like 20 gauges or even 22s. They're making a whole bunch of ammo for 22s now for self-defense, low recoil, getting better ballistics out of the modern 22s. So.
Okay. So maybe, and I know like maybe as a female, I don't have as much experience around guns and maybe men do, but so do you get a lot of females in? How do you help females navigate what works in guns? Seems like everybody always wants to give you advice, but then you don't know which way to go.
Well, like I said, we tell them to try to shoot a gun, go to a range, rent some.
Yeah.
And then we try to help them pick out a gun that fits their hand. I mean, that's a big part of it.
Yeah, well, because there's all different sizes. So is there a certain type of style of firearm that works better for women versus men as far as size goes?
Smaller grips, usually.
Yeah. Okay, smaller grips. Yeah. So tell me, once they have that, what else do they need as far as to kind of go along with that from an accessory standpoint?
A good holster. And if you do wear a purse all the time, have a concealed carry purse, or if you have a purse, a big purse, have a separate compartment for your pistol with a holster.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And of course you have all the ammo and practice ammo and everything along those lines.
Yep.
Awesome. So tell me about when people do that, can they come in and trade different guns in? How does that process work?
Yeah, you can bring them in, trade them, consign them. We do consignments here all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so if someone's got like maybe one at home, they don't really know what to do with, they bring their gun safe in, they're like, here, you guys do something with it, you can handle that too?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I bet you've had some all stories across all gamuts.
Oh, yeah.
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 All right, I love it. Well, do get to Gun World Archery and Pro Shop. We'll be back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany. Are you ready to build your future? At Prosser, you'll explore 29 hands-on, high-wage programs, from aviation to culinary, welding to cybersecurity, all designed to launch real careers or college success. Prosser is located at 4202 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana. Need help? Call our main office at 812-542-8508 or visit your school counselor today to learn more. Prosser, where your future begins.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now, and we're hanging out with Frank O'Bannon and, also Lisa Long. And we are having so much fun here downtown Corydon, right on the square. And it doesn't really get any more Gilmore Girls than downtown Corydon, Indiana. So we're having fun talking with Lisa. She's the president of the Harrison County Chamber. And Lisa, let's talk about it. You guys have done such a great job integrating businesses with all the thriving things happening in and around Corydon. So talk about how you kind of made your vision come to life and what it means to be part of the chamber.
So, Kelly, I think we need to also make note that it really is a collaborative, intentional movement, not only on the part of the Chamber of Commerce, but Main Street Corridon, the Harrison County Community Foundation, the Town of Corridon, Harrison County government, have all partnered together to make Corridon and Harrison County not only memorable as Indiana's first state capital, but memorable because of our natural resources and all of the great businesses that we have here locally. As far as the chamber goes, we're a membership-based organization. Mm-hmm. We have roughly 280 members that represent thousands of employees here in Harrison County. And the chamber really works with them to make sure that we celebrate all of their big events. We welcome new members. We make sure that they have plenty of marketing opportunities. And then basically we just create the connections that help them grow and thrive in their business. So, making sure that if they have legislative issues or issues with zoning or policy, that we're available to speak on their behalf. Just last night, I spoke at the town of Palmyra's council meeting regarding annexing some property so that the Boys and Girls Club can build a new child care center and expand their services in Harrison County. And in order to provide utilities, that annexation will have to take place. So that's one of the ways we help our community and our businesses. And then you're on the historic Corridon Square. You mentioned Frank, one of Indiana's finest governors. And right behind us, there are some new restaurants. 1816 recently expanded.
Yes.
And has a fabulous new menu.
Amazing food. Yes.
Amazing food. Scott's done a fabulous job there. We also have Fistful of Tacos, which is very exciting. And then just on the other side of the historic state capitol is Frederick's, which has been a mainstay here in Harrison County.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled
you
cheese.
gotta love it there.
They have wonderful patty melts and salads. So
it's iconic. You have to visit there.
It is very iconic. And then on the other side of Beaver Street here, of course, is Kent Java Bar.
Yeah.
We have the antique shops,
Carve.
TK Holst, Carve, the brand new meat counter / deli restaurant bar. A fabulous concept. So there's all kinds of stuff going on in Corridon and Harrison County.
So downtown Corridon is the place to be. You can check it out. You can pick a whole afternoon, evening, check out lots of events coming up. If you are a business in Harrison County, regardless of where you are within the county, get connected with Lisa and the Harrison County Chamber, and you will be in the know of all the things, and they will help you be in the know of all the things. We'll be back right here.
We've had so much fun in Harrison County today, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Please check out all these different businesses and organizations, and they can get you connected to some of the best in Southern Indiana. For Southern Indiana Now, I'm Kelly Trask.